Susan Squires teaches 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students at San Olivos Elementary School in Santa Ynez, California. Though she considers herself a city girl, she grew up with a family involved in citrus and avocado production with horses in Orange and San Diego counties. She attended Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, and originally pursued a career as a zookeeper. She quickly found her calling for teaching, though, and now considers herself not to be strictly an agriculture or a science teacher, but a teacher that merges both into her classroom. One tool that Squires uses to combine her lessons is the Los Olivos School Garden. Her 7th grade students research California specialty crops, both ornamental and for produce, and plant them according to the appropriate growing season. Students maintain the garden by pruning vines and controlling nitrogen in the beds. Once the plants have matured, students take turns snacking on their produce and create colorful bouquet arrangements with the flowers. After her 6th graders experimented with various colors of propagated popcorn, they discovered that some ears were multicolored while others were true. This led to a full genetics experiment with multi-generational popcorn plants. Students dedicated garden space to various generations, and local farmers provide advice to help students bring the plants to maturity. After harvesting, students compare the colors of the yield with their hypothesis made weeks earlier. After receiving a Literacy for Life grant from the California Foundation for Ag in the Classroom, Squires implemented a project in her garden entitled HELP, Help Energize Local Produce. The project teaches students about organically reducing pest populations in the garden and growing produce in a stress-free environment. Students had the idea to make the garden and school more aesthetically pleasing by planting flowers and empty wine barrels. Students use materials purchased from the grants fund to create flower bulb designs, which will be judged by the rest of the school after they've fully bloomed. Other goals of the project including getting other grade levels involved in the garden and incorporating produce from the garden into the school salad bar. Squires draws on her past experience as a quarantine biologist to teach her students about invasive species and pests. The melon fruit and the glassy-winged sharpshooter are just a few of the pests studied by the students. The sharpshooter in particular is a part of a large study on the oak trees located within the school's boundaries. Squires teaches the students to identify different species of oak, acorn germination, and environmental controversies surrounding oaks. Students conduct monthly field visits dedicated solely to gathering data on the oaks and trapping the sharpshooters. The data is analyzed and is represented on graphs created by students to share their findings. With this unit, Squires is able to help her students understand how oaks in the natural environment are related to the agriculture community in the Santa Ynez Valley, which includes grazing beef, cattle, and miles of vineyards. Squires knows that science and agriculture are not mutually exclusive, and because of her commitment to teaching, her students do too. Suzanne Squires, 2020 National Excellence in Teaching About Agriculture Award recipient.